Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live after 5 a.m. and this is DR DANDROID. And today we are finishing up Mario. Today we're going to put in complex Boolean movement. Okay? Does anybody know the difference between complex movement and simple movement? Okay, can everybody look up here? Can I see your eyes? Simple movement, you hit a button. Move 10, right? Move 10. Move 10. Move 10. Move 10. If I don't hit the button, I don't move. You with me? Versus complex movement, we're going to have a switch, which is called a Boolean variable, true or false. And if you hit the right button, click, you flip the switch, and then that turns on the movement 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay? And you continue to move until another button is pressed and that button is turned off. Okay? I hate to say this on film or on video, but it's kind of like the difference between a single shotgun where you pull the trigger and it shoots one time versus a semi-automatic that just keeps firing and you never have to are you guys with me on that? Because the timer is rapidly firing. Are you with me? It's just, and that's why it's constantly changing his images. Are you with me on that? So once we throw the true statement in, it's like you pull the trigger, boom, it sets that guy in motion, and then it's not stopping until you hit another button and turn that switch off. All right. Does that sound good? Bless you. All right. I'm gonna switch these guys over here. Okay. Where's my movements at? Okay, right here. See, nope, that's edge reached. This is BTN right click. This is edge reached. This is BTN up. I want that. Where's my other ones? Anybody see left? Here's left. Okay, here's right. It's good to organize your blocks. This is one thing I don't like about MIT. I really don't like the fact that you can drag these blocks wherever you want. When you get into Java, you start at the top of the page and then you put segments of code all straight down in a line. It's like writing a paper and everything's in paragraphs and everything's in order. And I'm used to that. So this stuff right here, where I can put this way up here, it kind of drives me nuts. All right. But you live and learn, right? The good thing about this is that you do learn. It doesn't matter where it is, as long as the event is in there, it can happen. All right, here we go. So, does everybody see this code? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two more variables. All right. I already have left button pressed. I already have right button pressed. So all I need now is my two more. What are the other two that I need? Up and down. Very good. So I need up button pressed. You can duplicate that true. That can be false. And then duplicate this, and you need a down. Okay, down button press is false. Okay, and let me go see if I can find these other two variables. There it is, left and right. I'm going to put these together over here. try to organize my stuff, my code. Okay, keep stuff together so that people that read your code, you're like, oh yeah, I see what he's doing. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are all the 4 buttons, right? If I would have had these 2 over here and these 2 over here, somebody would be like, oh, where are the other 2? Well, here they are right here. All right. Who understands what I just did? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is instead of just hitting the button, I'm going to take this guy out of here, duplicate this guy, and I'm going to put it into my clock. So what is x minus 10? Is that left or right? Left. So when the left button is pressed is true, I'm going left constantly with the clock. Left, left, left. I'm going minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. And what happens when I do minus 10, minus 10, minus 10? What does it look like? It'll just be running. And you only have to hit the button once, right? And you send them in motion that way. Right? It's just like Pac-Man, the old school Pac-Man with the joystick. Do you guys remember that? You just go up, and then it keeps going. That puts an element of difficulty in this. By the way, I've already played this game first period, and there is now a new element of difficulty in it because here's the point, right? If I saw the coin was going to bounce off of the wall and come my way, before when I had simple movement, if I saw the coin was going to run into me, I would just stop and let the coin run into me. Are you with me? Now, you can't stop anymore. You got to keep going back and forth and get your... It's like Snake. Have you guys ever played Snake before? Okay. It's almost becomes an element like Snake where you're moving, and it's actually pretty cool. This actually becomes a really nice game with this movement in here. Now, can everybody watch this for a second? Never, everybody say never. Never delete code. Why? In case you might need it. Let's say you don't like this movement and you want to go back to simple movement. Could we do that on Monday? Yes. Never delete code. Watch this. I don't want this code here anymore. What am I going to do? Right click, disable. If I want to go back to that on Monday, what do? Right click, enable. Are we ever going to delete code? No. In Java, when you get to Java programming, once again, same concept, never delete code. If I didn't want code there, I would go to the beginning of the sentence and I would go //. Boom, boom. Or I would go /*, **, **, **, **, // or *// And anywhere that's inside the slashes doesn't work anymore. It's turned off. It's commented out. Comments mean the computer will not run that. Okay? Did you guys learn something today? Do we ever delete code? No. How often do we delete code? Never. All right? So when this button, now watch this. When this button is clicked, you're turning left on and right off. What else do I have to turn off? Up and down. So you want to duplicate this, and now you want to go up is off, duplicate this, and down. Button pressed is off. Why do you have to do that? You don't want to create a tug of war scenario. What is tug of war? Two sides are pulling, right? You don't want to have left and right going at the same time, because if you're saying, hey, subtract x, 10 off of x, and add 10 off of x, probably not going to move, is he? You're going to subtract, add, subtract, add, subtract, add, subtract, add, and you're probably not going to go anywhere. Okay? When you turn one switch off, you got to turn the other switches off. I think I said that wrong. When you turn one switch on, you have to turn all the other switches off. You got to be deliberate about doing that so you don't create a tug of war scenario. Who understands that? If you by chance go up and left at the same time, that could probably work. But does anybody know what happens if you go up and left at the same time? You go diagonal. So now, do you guys know how to go diagonal? Yeah? Yeah. Could we go diagonal on Monday? Could we put in diagonal buttons? Absolutely. Could we face diagonally? Yeah, you learned this week how to face diagonally, right? So I just gave you upgrade ideas. Are you with me? How do you go diagonal? How do I go north, west? Up and left. How do I go northeast? Up and right. How do I go southeast? Down and right. How do I go southwest? Down and left, okay? So all you would have to do is put both of these movements in a block called move northeast. You with me? Okay. All right, let's move on then. Down. Do I have a down over here? Okay, first of all, I have a right over here, so let's go handle the right. Let's take this movement out, duplicate it. Let's go into this block and disable it. Don't delete it, right? Delete's right above it. Don't delete it, okay? Do we ever delete? When do we delete code? When do we delete code? Never. Why? You might need it later, okay? And that way we are working smarter, not harder. Why spend all this time writing code and you're like, oh, I'm going to delete it, and then you're like, oh man, I wish I had that code back. Never delete code when you don't have to. If you don't want it, disable it, okay? So when the right button is pressed true, I'm moving to the right. Okay, that works. Now what do I have to do in here? So let's go down. Okay, I disabled it. Now we have to go left and right, or up and down, I'm sorry. How do we go up and down? Anybody know? Yeah, I got to add more to this if block. Okay, so I'm going to go else if, okay? And then I just go into here, right? And I change this to be up. And I go into here again. And I change this to be down. Who understands what I'm doing? And now I have places to put their movement. And let's go find up and down. So by the way, I forgot these down in my right button. So I need up and down to go into my right button. Okay. And now I can duplicate all these. I have to do these in somewhat of an order here. So if I hit up, I'm going to duplicate this, and up is going to be true. Down is going to be false. Left is going to be false, and right is going to be false. You can go ahead and do your headings in here. That's fine. I'm going to duplicate this block of code here. I'm going to disable this block of code left into the click. And over here into my clock, I am going to put in I am going to put in my animation. Or this is move. What is y minus 10, up or down? It's up. Okay. Once again, is it max? Mason, Mason, do you see how hard you had to look at that, Mason? You were like, all right. Okay, so once again, what should you always be looking at when you're programming? Your paper, right? Look at your engineering design paper. Finding out if something goes up, down, left, or right should not be that hard. Don't make your brain struggle. Simply look at your design paper every single day, okay? Are we going to have to go through the animation sequence here? Yes. So does it matter which one I think we do here? I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. So I'm just going to duplicate one of these, and that goes in there. Okay, so that's done. And let's go do one more block of code. And then we'll test this and see if it works. So this is my down button. So I'm going to go get my guy down here. I'm going to duplicate this guy. I'm going to go get down. I like to put down first. Down is going to be true. Up is going to be false. Left is going to be false. And right is going to be, whoa. Right is going to, down, up, left, and right. Okay. By the way, right is going to be false. And by the way, this is wrong here. Up is true and right should be false. Okay, I got to turn that guy off. Okay. Don't know why I have two intervals here. I think that guy should be down here. All right. What else? Okay. We got to take this down code out of here. So duplicate it. Don't delete it. Disable it. So this is moving down. You're going to move down. And now you need your animation sequence. Okay, put your animation sequence in here. Because if you don't put this in here, when you go down, it could stop animating. You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to stop animation. Okay. I think we're looking pretty good here. Let's see if it works. Okay. Connect, hard reset, connect, reset, connect, AI companion. MIT, reset, AI companion, MIT, scan it in. Okay. Okay, welcome back. Oh, I know why. Mario was moving slow because these time intervals were set at 100. What did we say the other day? The optimum speed was it 50? 20 frames per second? 40 frames per second. It's somewhere between 40 and 60, is that right? Wasn't it 40 and 60? So 50 goes into 1,000 20 times. 40, 20 goes into 1,000 50 times, is that right? So I'm going to take all these and go to 50. Okay. All these right here are going to go to 50. And 50. Yeah. My first thought is, do you have a spelling error in this when you're changing the images? Look at your upcode. Do you have, and then look at your X and Y coordinates. You might have sent it off the screen with messed up X and Y coordinates. Check your coordinates. Check your check this image where you're putting the images in. Are these names correct right here? Like Mario counter.png. Are these names correct? Because if I leave off the O here, M-A-R-I, and I don't have an O there, when I hit, is this going to work when I hit up? It won't work. Okay. I can get. So Mario, my Mario disappeared here because I had it spelled wrong. Okay. Check your spelling. Check your coordinates. The only one thing here I'm seeing a problem with is I wish we had an animation timer and then also a timer to control the speed of the speed of the Koopa Troopa. You probably need to put those on separate engines, separate timers. Does that make sense? Probably what I would have done if I would do this over again. Where is my, so this animate sprite, okay. I would probably have another timer in here running where I just move the guy. So I can have the animation speed running at 1 speed quickly, and then I can have the timer to move the player at another rate. Are you with me? Okay. So that's probably the only thing I would do differently here. Yeah. You need the jump and the restart button. Okay. We talked about this first period of not needing the jump button because we're moving up and down and left and right. You really don't need the jump button. So what we decided to do was delete it. And then we put a new button in there. I probably should have just renamed it. We renamed this button BTN spin so that you could spin him 360 degrees and just spin. Okay? Let's don't get on video games, guys. So I want to spin this guy. So I'm going to come down in here and I'm going to put an image in, upload, choose a file, and yeah, here it is. Here's my spin, rotate. We didn't get to this today, but we could. Okay. And then I can set this height and width of it. I think it was 24 pixels by 24 pixels. And the text was none. So now I have a cool little spin button in the middle here. Oh, by the way, this is another thing that we did first period. I learned how to do. Let me show you this. I'm going to put in a horizontal arrangement down here. And I'm going to put this button over here inside the horizontal arrangement. Don't know why it does that. Don't know why it does that right there, folks. This guy is going to be called HA play pause. It's going to hold my play pause button. I can hit with is fill parent. Watch this. With fill parent. Okay, and now I can take this button and get it away from this right panel here. Do you see that? Because what happens is I was hitting the right button and I was also clipping the play pause button because my thumbs are so big. So I can take this now and go align horizontally on the right, and now that button's over there. See how I did that? Background color is none, but I want you guys to see that that is a horizontal arrangement there. Okay, I can do the same thing on the other side. I can take this button, drag it in there. I can go to the HA reset. I just give it a simple name because it's holding the reset button. Width is fill parent. And that one's actually on the left, so that actually looks good. Okay, do you guys see how I did that? Now those buttons are away from the play and pause, or the movement arrows. And you will probably have a better experience where you're not accidentally clipping the play pause button. Okay, so did this run? What did we decide? Did this run? It did? So did it run? Does Mario move to the right?
Ouch. Bling. Ouch. Bling. Bling. Game over.
Okay, my Mario is going very slow. Why? Okay, I did the -10. Mario interval is 50. Where is my play? Okay, I'm looking for edge reach, play pause. Okay, the interval on those guys are 50. And then the speeds are 10 to 30. That's why they're going so fast, is that they're going 10 to 30. Yeah, they're getting random speeds given to them. That's why they're going faster than Mario. So we probably need to give a speed to Mario to make this fair. Are you guys with me on that? So yeah, let's go to Mario, image sprite Mario, and set his speed. His interval is 50, and his speed is going to be I guess his speed should be constant. Okay, speed is what we'll go 15 pixels. Those guys were going between 10 and 30, right? Which 30 is pretty quick. That's probably why they're moving so fast. That's pretty quick. Okay. And then here you can just duplicate these speeds. Okay, give them a speed when you go down. Give him a speed when you go up. Give him a speed when you go right. Okay, let's connect this, see if it works. By the way, I could have done this in the game initialize. I could have done that there also. When you initialize the game, that's where you load the app up like I'm doing right now. I'm loading the app up right now. My app's loading. I could be initializing his speed at the start of the game. Does that make sense? You could have very well just put that in one place up top and called screen 1 initialize. Okay. Okay. This guy doesn't want to go left.
Ouch.
I can't go left. There's something wrong with my left. What is wrong with my left? So now you go back in your code and you look at what's wrong with your left. Left button is true. Right button is false, up button is false, and down button is false. That looks good. So what is wrong with my left?
Ouch. Bling.
So right is x plus 10. Left is x minus 10. Up is y minus 10. That looks good. And down is y plus 10. That looks good. I don't see anything wrong with this. Let's go to left. Left is heading 0. Speed is 15. I wonder if, because he's heading 0, if the speed is wanting to go towards 0 is going east. Are you with me on that? How many people understand that? So if I face him at 0, I wonder if his speed is pushing him east because we have him heading east and I'm giving him a speed to go east. That could be the problem. So we might have to go 180 degrees here. Okay, and that faces to the west when I go left. Okay, try that now. See if that works. That means we might have to change our image. Okay, reset the game, connect, reset, connect, AI companion. Yeah,
Bling. Bling.
that was the problem.
Bling. Bling. Out. Bling.
Okay, that was the problem. So did we put left Mario animation in here? When Mario's moving left, did we put left Mario in here? Yeah, we did. This guy is image Mario left is 1. Image Mario left 2. Okay, we have those in there. But in order for that to do that, you would have had to still face 0, right? Oh, I know why. We don't need speeds here. We don't need these speeds here, okay? We don't need speeds because we have a clock running their speeds. We don't need speeds. I'm going to disable this. I'm going to disable this. This guy doesn't need anything. We don't need this. Why do I have that here? All I need is the heading. Disable this. Disable this. Thank you, Deborah. Disable this. And disable this. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Wrong one there. Whoops. Boy, I am messing up today. Sorry. Speed is disabled. Heading should be up here. Enable. Heading is 90. Okay, that's right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I did the wrong one again. What am I doing? Okay, I want to disable the speed because the clock is handling the speed. Are you guys with me on this? The clock is doing the speed. We don't want to have a built-in engine on the sprite running the speed of the sprite. Are you with me? Because we have the clock engine doing it. So the clock's going to say, okay, tick, subtract 10, tick, subtract 10. These sprites come with built-ins, and so we don't want to do that. All we need is heading. And if it's left, I don't want them facing I want them facing 0. Because I want them, we already switched the images going left in GIMP. Are you with me? So you don't want to put a speed in there because then the speed of the sprite is facing to the right and wanting to go that direction. We don't want to do that. We want the clock to handle all the directions because we have x minus 10, we have x plus 10, we have y minus 10 and y plus 10 in the clock. Are you with me on that? So we only need the heading here. Okay, and 2 of them are going to be heading towards 0. You don't need the speed here. Okay, get rid of that. Once again, I'm not going to delete code. I'm just simply going to disable it. Okay, run this. And I got a feeling this is going to run better now. Okay, because I had those clock speeds competing against each other. You don't want to compete. Okay, scan it in. I got a feeling this is going to run a lot better. Okay, the way that we want. Error connecting. So let's go to connect, hard reset. Have you guys done a hard reset yet? Okay, so if you ever get like errors, just do a connect hard reset. Go to connect, reset, connect, and I do connect, reset a couple times just to clear everything out of memory because you're doing everything wirelessly, and then just scan it in again. How did I learn that? Usability study, just trying it. If I get an error, I just reload it. It's like, why does your cell phone just all of a sudden not work sometimes? Well, it's probably because you haven't restarted it in like 90 days. So if you just do a hard restart,
Blink. Ouch.
okay, I just don't have the timer for Mario moving that. Mario's sequence is not going very fast. Okay, why? So let's go look at our code. Find out what the code interval is for the timer. When we hit play pause, what was the interval set to? Nothing. So that means we're relying on this timer code right here. Animate timer, where is it? Clock animate sprite is set to 250. That's why. So what I'm going to do then is when you initialize the game, I'm going to go ahead and set this clock interval right here. I don't want it to be 250. What do we want it to be? 250 is only 4 frames per second. Are you with me? So we want this like 100. All right, so let's reconnect that.
Blink. Game over.
Okay, MIT, reset it. By the way, I just got my shipment set. I'm going to put in more whiteboards up on that board over there so that we can, there's stuff that we just have to have in front of our face all the time, right? Okay, that's one thing. There we go. Mario's moving sweet now.
Game over.
100's nice. Okay, the only thing is my game's not lasting that long because I'm getting drilled by Koopa Troopa. Okay. Your game, it's weird because You guys simply added that one little element of Koopa Troopa in there and lives equals 3, and now this is a totally different game than period 1. Period 1, we're running for 60 seconds and we have a coin going around, and we're trying to run into that coin in 60 seconds. There is no Koopa Troopa in there. Do you see how you can add one little element and your game totally change? Totally different, even though it's the same game. You guys simply added one little element that, wow, it throws it in there. Okay. All right. So I think really the only thing we need to do here is do this notifier here at the end. What happens if you hit yes, and what happens if you hit no? Okay. So that's really your homework for the weekend, is think about what do you want to do when you restart the game. And I think the big thing is what do you want to do when you end the game? Do you want a plane to come flying across the screen saying game over? Do you want Koopa Troopa stand up and saying I won? Do you want Mario saying nah, 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 I won? What do you want to happen? It's up to your imagination. Just think about what you want to do to reset the game on Monday, and that'll be it. We're done. Monday's done. Tuesday, start new. Thank you for that face you gave me on the way out. I appreciate that. Parks, you good? See you, bud. Keep calm and code on.